Okay, so Tubi has done it again, okay, with these crazy plot twists and crazy, even crazier endings in movies, okay? So I finished watching Don't Look Back, right? On Tubi with your boy Dennis Reed the second directing. He does pretty good with the directing of the movies, right? So in this one, we start off with some drama. She finds her husband in a hotel with another woman, and it's played by Don. I want to say Dom with an M for some reason, but if you remember him from Black Ink Crew Chicago, he was like kind of like the playboy, even though I think he was like in and out of a relationship on the show. He was taking that girl down through there, but I mean, she kind of knew what she was dealing with. I mean, I like Don. He seemed like he's a decent guy. He just seems like, from what I've seen on TV, he just seems like monogamy might not be his thing. And that's okay as long as you're honest with people about it. But anyway, I don't know him in real life. I'm just speculating. But he is always playing a cheating role in these movies too as well, okay? So they get their divorce and whatnot. She's like this big time lawyer, so she got loot, right? So she get a new house, this nice house. Boom, here comes the lawn care. I'm gonna say lawn care. The lawn care man, right? So we already know what's gonna happen here. He's nice looking. He all got outside with his shirt off. They giving each other little puppy dog eyes and everything. So I'm like, okay, so he is must gonna be the antagonist, right? Which he ends up being that way. I'm speeding along here. And somebody made a comment on one of my videos. They were like, you need to go ahead and get to a review. I like to kind of recap first. Then we going to get to what I think and all that. All right. That's just my style of YouTubing as of right now. I just got to go over the movie real quick. If you haven't seen it, stop. Go watch it. Come back. So they have sex one time. Mind you, she just got divorced. So I'm pretty sure, I've never been married, but I'm pretty sure people that just get divorced are not looking to be super serious with somebody immediately after, right? This part had me dying because it doesn't happen in real life. They had sex, right? You know, during sex sometimes you just get to saying stuff. So he was like, you belong to me. This is mine, blah, blah, blah. So she tells him, you know what, let's slow it down, woo, woo, woo. And he just snaps and like, oh, so you're just going to use me? And I'm sorry, I know this is a thriller, but I was dying laughing at that part because most men are not going to get that crazy that fast off of some sex, right? Cussed her out, leave, and all this stuff. She has these friends that she's cool with. She has like 4 or 5 friends. Well, come to find out, and this is, I'm jumping around in the movie, her husband, or ex-husband, was screwing her friends, right? So you got these bodies popping up. Come to find out, both him and dude are in on it, and their brothers. One was raised with the mother, and the little crazy light-skinned dude with the tight eyes was raised with his dad, and he saw his dad get killed by his stepmom and all this stuff. I'm gonna say this. Again, just like one movie I saw from Tubi, it's one of those things where like I saw the plot twist coming but didn't see one part coming. So when he started acting crazy, the part that I didn't see coming was that her husband was screwing all her friends, right? Now that one girl that was texting at the table, I kind of had a feeling she was talking to her ex-husband, but I didn't know he was going through her whole friend list. I think the only girl he didn't mess with was Victoria, who ended up getting killed by Jackson, the the lawn care dude. So they're basically taking turns killing all her friends because her ex-husband, quote unquote, wanted to protect her. And it's so outlandish that it was kind of funny to me. Like it's a good movie, don't get me wrong. I was just laughing at some parts because I'm like, damn, but maybe it's supposed to be super dramatic. Now, just like a lot of endings on Tubi movies, I don't know what it is with these endings y'all do. This did not end right. I don't know if you never know with Tubi if they're going to have a part 2, 3, or 4, okay? So I don't know if this is the end or not. I'm assuming it is, but it ended with It was a showdown between her ex-husband, and the brother. They were pretty much fighting over her, right? The last scene is, if I'm not mistaken, he killed the brother and had her tied up in the back of the Escalade. I think it was an Escalade. And she's begging for her life. And then he kind of smirking or whatever, dropped the thing down and the trunk down, and the credits run. And I'm like, no, this is how this should have ended. This should have ended her wrestling the gun from lawn care dude, shooting them both because they're both murderers, okay? Shooting them both, and her riding off into the sunset, leaving town, starting over. That's how it should have ended. This crazy stuff, I'm like, first of all, he was the one in the wrong. He was the one the movie starts off with him cheating, okay? He's over here cheating, screwing all her friends, which is a absolute, to me, cheating with your spouse's friend or relative is worse than a stranger, because you're doing way too much at this point. You get what I'm saying? And both parties are wrong at that point, because you have a relationship with this woman. They're friends with her. You're her husband. Y'all both are wrong. You see what I'm saying? And I just felt like he shouldn't have been able to get what he wanted at the end. But on the flip side, it's like, well, you would expect her to come out on the end, right? So they probably wanted to have an ending that wasn't expected. I get it. I watch enough movies to understand that, you don't want it to be too predictable, but he shouldn't have got everything towards the end. But yeah, so when I'm flipping through Tubi, I see that Don is in his acting bag. And he's not bad either. I watched one movie on there called where he was like playing a tax. This was a comedy. This was like a straight up comedy. I think it was called Quick Money, where he was playing like a tax. He did taxes, like he was doing some illegal stuff, but then he got into the tax game. That was pretty good. Like, that was good. And then what's the other one I saw him in? I saw him in something else. But anyway, I think that was a good move for him, because I haven't watched Black Ink Crew, any of them, whether the original, Chicago, Compton. I haven't watched them in a long time. Like I stated before, Love and Marriage Huntsville is probably the only reality show that I'm just really dedicated to. So I don't even know if he is still on there. I don't even know if Black Ink Crew Chicago is still on. Y'all let me know when well, I guess I could Google it, but you can put it down in the comments too if you want. But anyway, if I look a little sleepy, I am. But I said I wanted to get this video out while it was still fresh on my mind, okay? And I will definitely be back soon. I really want to get to the theater, but it costs over $15 for movie tickets. And you would think with the theater hurting the way it is, they would lower the tickets or lower the concession stand, one or the other. Now, I did find out that 70% of the movie ticket price goes to distribution. It doesn't go to the movie theater. So it's like, okay, if you're going to have sky high tickets, fine. But I need to get a bag of popcorn. I need to get a large bucket of popcorn for $2. I need to get a drink for $1.50. You see what I'm saying? Like, even it out, because there's a lot of people that are waiting until stuff just goes on streaming. Like, there's movies that don't do well in theater. I've noticed this pattern ever since COVID ended, or the pandemic ended. Movies are doing better at streaming than at the theater, because people are not trying to spend all that. So movie theater, I don't know if you happen to run across my channel, at least have 2 days out the week where the concession stand is cheap. You get what I'm saying? But anyway, shout out to my 60 subscribers. Love every last one of you. Also to anyone who's viewed this video, thanks for sitting there chatting with me on this movie. Peace and blessing as always to everyone. Until next time, y'all.